am back. I think it's just me gonna be doing voices and stuff because Green's doing some fun stuff. Anyway.
Green's doing a surprise for all y'all.
Yeah, Green's got stuff in the works. Anyway, I'm back. I'm Jay, and we're back looking at this beautiful woman. Or ghost, or whatever. Anyway. I'm just gonna jump into it. Well, I hate to break it to you, but tonight's story isn't scary. It's a romance. Too late now. Though I was selected, so I'm gonna tell you my story. I call it The Prisoner's Kiss. You notice that Huntress and Wraith are both sharing a giant tub of popcorn. Nobody offered you popcorn? It was a dark summer night. Warm rain steamed from the sky like blood from an old wound.
Yes, that's normal person.
Yeah, that's totally normal. Detective Hata, a celebrated investigator and renowned hostage negotiator, was called to the scene of a strange occurrence, unlike anything she had ever seen before. When she arrived, the scene was chaotic. Crowds had begun to gather. A dozen other officers were doing everything they could to keep curious onlookers away. But how could anyone resist wanting to know more? For there, in the middle of a busy market, had appeared a giant box, strange, alien in its appearance, and its massive size. No one knew how it got there. Was it delivered, built on site? In such a busy area, how could something... I was in the middle of something.
I know.
Bitch. How could something like that just appear? A mystery. It was as if it was conjured by magic. But this was no illusion. The huge box was very real, and someone was trapped inside. Spirit pauses her story to look from face to face of her audience member. She has no expression, but you can feel her vibrating with energy. She's in her element. "Help me!" cried someone inside the box. It was a man, terrified and trapped, imprisoned, his voice trembling. By now, it was as if every detective in the city was there, looking this strange structure up and down, inspecting it on every side. It didn't make sense. There was no doors, no windows, no fasteners or seams. It was completely solid, and much too heavy to move by hand. Solid, that is, except for a single small slit, just enough to see the bloodshot eyes of the prisoner trapped inside. "I don't know what happened. I woke up and here I was. I'm so scared. Please help me," cried the man, as if pleading for his life.
Damn. I'm just saying.
No stranger to tense situations, Detective Hata covered the man. She used her training to calm him and buy time for the other investigators. However, time did not bring clarity, only anxiety, as the night dragged on with no progress opening the box. And as the night grew longer, the steeping rain puddled on the ground. The man inside grew more desperate, more sad and lonely, more pathetic and in need of help. She's crying again. Spirit. She's got that crying face.
Oh, poor baby.
Hey, baby. Okay, anyway. But Detective Hata was no help at all. Powerless to save him, guilt began to weigh on her like it never had before. "Don't let me die in here," the man begged. "Don't let me die alone." "Stay calm," instructed Detective Hata. "You're not alone. I'm here. Hell, half of the town is here. We're all in this together, and we won't let this be the end of your story." Though through the narrowest of passageways, Detective Hata watched her own reflection in the tear-filled eyes of the stranger, sad prisoner. Together they both wept in silence at the hopelessness of the moment. "Promise?" asked the man. "Promise that I'm not alone." "Yes," she promised. "I do." A simple pledge. She felt an instant connection, like she had never felt before. Not to her family, not to her friends, not to any of the other hostages she had worked with so hard to free before. And so when the man's eyes closed and backed away, it didn't scare Detective Hata, for she knew he would return. And he did, pressing his lips to the narrow slit in this horrible puzzle box. Repeating his question again, steam flowing from his mouth, he asked, "Promise, promise I'm not alone." "Yes," she promised, "I do," and pressed her palms against the cold outside of the box. Without truly knowing why, Detective Hata leaned forward and placed her own lips to the opening, letting her breath creep into this strange structure, allowing her warm lips to fall on this man's. It was a gentle kiss, a moment of compassion. She could feel this in this brief contact of the beating heart pulsing through every inch of her body, matching beat for beat in this soft touch. "Thank you," said the man, no trace of fear remaining in his voice. He backed away into the darkness, disappearing in a single moment of eerie calmness. "Get back!" yelled an officer, suddenly thrusting herself between Detective Hata and the box, breaking a silence that would soon be filled with a cacophony of whirring gears and clicking latches, a symphony of mechanical activity happening all at once. Something had triggered, as if an unseen lever pulled, and the side of the giant box began to slide open. Detective Hata gripped her flashlight tightly and... "Cat, stop fighting. I'm in the middle of something." I'm super into this right now, by the way. Detective Hata gripped her flashlight tightly and pushed forward into the foggy interior of the giant box. Her feet splashed on the puddled rainwater, her heart racing. She swept her light from side to side. And that's when her eyes landed on the man, or at least landing on what should have been him. There in the corner of the box was a pile of pieces, like parts of a doll, almost pulled apart, or perhaps that's just how Detective Hata had to think of him in a moment to survive. A collection of segments, limbs, and pieces, disconnected from one another, cleanly severed and placed in a neat little pile. And atop that pile, a head, cold, pale, eyes open, lips an icy blue. Spirit stares at the fire, her own expression lifeless, her lips blue, tears fall from her chin and soak into the sand at her feet. You're blown away by her story. It's safe to say you're not alone. Everyone else is looking into the fire or up at the sky, anywhere but at Spirit. It was you who chose her, you who initiated this harrowing tale. So sad, so creepy, so sensual. She really went into great detail when it came to describing that kiss. Too much detail, and now no one's sure how to act. Dwight and Claudette are staring daggers at you. You have to do something. This game was supposed to be a lighthearted romp. Please, I said do something. Say nothing and hug her. No, she does not want to be touched. She will punch me.
Cool story.
Cool story. Cool story, man. Cool story. Thanks for the feedback. Spirit floats away as everyone looks at you wide-eyed.
Yeah, I feel that way too, my guy.
It was pretty cool. So nice for you guys to provide validation. Yeah, smooth move, doofus. On that note, everyone decides to take time. It's time to take a little break and splits up for a little bit so that they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts all for 7 seconds because Trickster shows up and he's blaring his latest song. How did you do his voice again?
I didn't really know.
It's like cocky, right?
Yeah, cocky. It's kind of like my brother, actually.
Hey, baby, you look lonely. Mind if I join you?
I would prefer you to sleep. No remorse.
He doesn't wait for an answer. I know you've been hearing all these from all these grumpies all day. Grumpy? Guppies? Guppies.
Bitch.
Little fishies. I know you've been hearing from all these gruppies all day, but guppies. I keep saying gruppies, don't I? But I want you to hear something from a big fish like me. Something special those in charge of this island don't want you to hear. I'm the ultimate catch on this island. The only lobster in an ocean of sardines.
I would have been dead with you.
What? No one can give you what I can.
I would have been dead.
You just have to find me.
I wouldn't be dead with you.
Come find me, baby.
I wouldn't kill myself for it.
Trickster leaves, and you're a bit confused about what to make of his cryptic clues. But you aren't going to get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Spirit approaches you. You know, I was watching you while I told my story.
And I'm just gonna go check out and do some research. I will see everyone later.
Green just puts on back headphones. I could tell it was having an effect on you.
Son of a bitch.
Can you still hear me? No, okay. This fog that follows me around, I could feel you breathing heavily, taking me in. You and I are both absolutely flabbergasted at that piece of information. Legit, you learn something new every day. Even when you're a god, a narrator. You're doing it again. Right now, you need to calm down. You can totally hear me, can't you? Green can totally hear me. Green loves his voice. You should come to the hot tub with me. Dipping in hot tubs with the spirit. You've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow her. An offer like that. Just don't forget our little talk. You and your storyteller friend slip into the water. Damn, this hot tub's nice. Like, that's cool. I want to come here. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump from the ocean into the pool, you're also pretty sure your killer companion could handle it. I just want to be totally clear. Even though that story bore some similarities to my life, it was not about me in any way, shape, or form. Not symbolically, not metaphorically, not any other ickly. I believe you. Completely. Sure, you were cut into pieces in your life, but so was the person in the story. A perfect, normal coincidence. Sure, you're on this island trapped, one might say, in a most puzzling place. Also, a completely regular coincidence. And sure, his lips were blue and your lips are blue. Really? You'd call this blue? Searching for answers, hoping to find. Damn. Revenge. Okay, so the simulators stop there, I guess. Coincidences. Sorry, the coincidences stop there. Get this through your head, whoever you are. Samurai blood runs through my veins, or well, might be coagulated by now. No need to sweat the details. Regardless, I am a descendant of noble warriors. Thousands of years of training with the blade, preceding my entrance into this world. Sure. I just realized what she's wearing. Anyway, do you know how many swords that is? A lot. You've got to figure that with that many sharp edges, a person is bound to get disconnected from a body part here and there. The truth is, I wouldn't typically share this, so don't go blabbing about it. I dreamt that story, like watching a movie in my sleep. When I was a little girl, years before my father sunk his blade into my skin. I've never been able to shake it. That's a very adult story for a child to dream. Do you believe me? I'm gonna say yes. I know I just met, but yes, I do believe you. The way you told that story, it clearly came from someplace deep. 4. Who taught you to trust a stranger? You're just going to get hurt if you don't take better care of yourself. Now you've got me wondering, do I believe you? Do I believe you if you believe her or not? And if I know everything, because trust me, I do know everything, don't I already know the answer to my own questions about if I believe your answer to Spirit's question? Whoa. Ocean air got me tripping. Bless you. I just look over to the right and I see a Minecraft character just running into a fence full of chickens. Lots of chickens. Death chickens. Sorry, anyway. Ocean air got me tripping. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract both of us. What's important is that a certain corpsey cute floating in a cloud of magical mist might still be waiting for you to say the right thing and free her from her puzzle box. If you believe that she's in the... Damn it! Got me going again. Unfortunately, before you can follow this grunja? Whatever. To what is surely to be a mind-numbing cycle of new questions. You find certain to someone standing before you with a fresh towel, ready to dry you off. Sorry, kids, but it's time for bed. I might be the youngest one here, but I'm no kid. I do, however, love being wrapped in a fresh, clean towel. My mother used to help me wash my hair when I was young. She'd comb all the tangles and tie a ribbon around it before sitting down and wearing. I miss her. I guess she's the youngest. Which is weird, because she's undead.
They're all undead.
Are they all undead? She's the most dead. Or she's... Interesting. I don't know. You watch as Spirit stares off in the distance, her hand gripping into a tight fist. She doesn't notice you're watching her at first. When she catches you looking, she turns away, roughly grabs the towel from Dwight, then pushes him and Claudette aside as she floats. She floated off. You head to the campfire. The heat is comforting on this chilly night. Looking into the crackling embers, you think Spirit's story about the prisoner in the puzzle box. If you manage to escape this place, will you leave with your life? Will you leave with your life? Or has it already been taken from you, and it's just a matter of time until you make a gruesome discovery? Before you can dwell on it too much of your fate, Claudette and Dwight arrive. Their now familiar creepy smiles stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing to see them smile like that, lit by firelight. We must apologize for the accommodations. We weren't prepared for another guest, but we're gonna make you comfortable, or die trying. They hand over a pillow and blanket and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. They're creepy. Perhaps some music will put you at ease? Just try to keep the volume to a minimum. Our other guests aren't the types you'll want to rob of their beauty sleep. Guess I'm ready. Ready. Away we go! As you relax and look into the firelight, the radio begins to fuzz and flicker. You examine it and decide you might need to adjust the dial to fix it. Fuck.
What? What's wrong?
I need to adjust the radio dial, but I don't know which one to go to. Let's see what's on the station. It's actually pretty close.
What? Tunes of the Dams?
It's like a little bit rock music, but it's a little... If I turn it off, will it... Oh, let's turn it off. No matter how many things you listen to, you still can't sleep. You decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you until you're sleepier. Who would you like to summon to your side as you lay by the fire?
Death.
Obviously, Death. Spirit, are you around? I was wondering if you could... If I could get a little company.
Where the fuck am I supposed to save? New World?
Spirit tells you her secret to falling asleep when she's feeling restless. I like to listen to flute music, dab on essential oils, and steam my pores. Really? What? Even the dead like to relax. I don't really have any of those things around. Is that a comb? Spirit reaches out and presents you with a unique item. It's a small comb carved from bamboo. I guess you can hold on to this. This is a gift from my mother. I will want it back, though. And if you lose it, well... You'll get...
Decapitation.
You'll get revenge on me? If it's the last thing I do. You finally start to feel sleepy, except maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling. Maybe you're paralyzed.
That's close enough.
That's the cat. I didn't even get to finish reading that. Cat, get off my... Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. It shouldn't be as spooky, but now you've had a whole day of strange voices in your head. But this is the one that's still undeniably odd. The human body is made up of 60% water. Did you know that? Of course you did. Everyone knows that. Even amnesiac. What? What's that word? Amnesiac video game protagonists. I just fucked up. Anyway. Well, guess what? Drink. Well, guess what? Drink as much as you like. You'll never get to 100%. You hear me? Don't think I don't see what you're up to. You awake suddenly to see someone looming over you. Wraith stares at you awkwardly. He says nothing, just stares. You look around to see if there's something going on behind you or on the other side, but nope, just staring. Oh, you're awake. I saw you in the spirit right before bedtime. Are you making some sort of a alliance? Are you with... Wraith scans the horizon. Them? I'm just making sure you are who you say you are. I've been burned before, and something seems off on this island since you arrived, even more than usual. Maybe we could talk more about that tomorrow? It's just, since you got here, I think we could have a really nice day tomorrow, together. It's just, you have no idea how long I've been here with these monsters. To be honest, I have no idea either. They're just awful, boring, and loud and stupid. You're different. There's finally someone here on my level. You're thoughtful, interesting, gentle. I think we could, have fun. No, thank you. No, thank yous. I could show you some cool stuff if you want. If you don't, that's totally cool. I get it. No pressure. In fact, probably just forget I was here. Good night. Finally alone for real this time. Maybe you drift off to sleep again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. Wait a second. Where are we? This isn't... Oh, geez, it is. It's one of those reality show confessional rooms where all the contestants talk directly to the camera. I think today went really well. Those were some of my first interactions with someone who isn't a parent that didn't end in bloodshed or ultimately pressuring on in my Russian cottage. Are you having fun with the cat? So I'm counting today as a win, no matter what happens. What do you think, newcomer? Do you have something to say? Oh, I do. Attractive, mysterious. I really don't know that many other words since I was raised by my mom in the woods until she was skewered by an elk. And I had to wash her entrails off my styrofoam. That being said, the other three should make sure to be on their guard. I don't know who this newcomer will want to spend their time with tomorrow, but I, for one, will not let my guard down so easily. Who knows about the others? Wraith, I think, knows more than he's letting on about this place, but he's a hard nut to crack. Meanwhile, Spirit is just screaming all the time, Major Buzzkill, and Trapper. Oof, where do I begin with Trapper? He's buff, sure, but daddy issues much? Sheesh. Look, I don't need anyone. I've been perfectly fine on my own since my mother died. I eat a fine diet of raw deer, bear, and human, and I'm fit as a fiddle. That being said, something about this newcomer makes me think that I might be missing out on some huger part of this thing called life. If I'm being honest, I want to kill just about every person I meet within a minute of meeting them. Even though a few people I can tolerate. Oh, I was supposed to change a word. If I'm being honest, I want to kill just about every person I meet within a minute of meeting them. Even the few people I can tolerate, I want to see suffer for a long time before I kill them. But this person, for some reason, I would like them to continue living, for now. One false step and, well, everyone calls me Trapper for a reason. And they better call me Trapper. I swear if I watch this later, and you list me as Eben, I'm gonna kill the Chiron guy? I'm not really sure how I feel about Dumche. On one hand, everyone I've ever cared about has met an awful fate, so it's probably good for Dumche if they just keep ignoring me. I will do that, bud. I will be doing that. On the other hand, there's something about them that maybe could work out for my plan, or for me. I know that everyone thinks me as a beautiful, cold-blooded monster. I can't help it. Circulation just isn't my thing. I don't choose to be cold. This cute hat and robe, okay. Those are a choice, sure. But if someone were to come around and capture my heart, at least that beats being stabbed in it. Besides, if I'm gonna get bloody revenge on society that has used and thrown me away, maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little help. You sure survived the first day. As far as accomplishments go, that was the achievement I just got. It's hilarious. You open your eyes, the sun is shining. I need to start doing the announcer voice for this guy. You open your eyes, the sun is shining, and there's not a cloud in the sky. You feel great, totally well rested. You're not even suspicious of the fact that you fell asleep by the campfire, but woke up several yards down the beach. Wait, are you on vacation? That was yesterday. Nothing more than a strange dream? No, not a dream. You really are here for another day. Why? I have no idea. You're obviously a weirdo. Speaking of weirdos, since the rest of the gang is hanging out on the beach, this is definitely no dream. I wouldn't rule out a nightmare just yet, though. At least they make it for a sexy lunch, no? And talking about sexy, here comes Trickster carrying coffee. Good morning, beautiful. I thought you might like a nice cup of joe to start this incredible day off, right? Ah, yes, godly coffee. Trickster seems suspiciously cheerful. I'm sure there's nothing nefarious behind his joyful demeanor, though. If everyone knows musicians are morning people. Musicians are morning people? I don't think so. Anyway, with that, we're going to end off this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will hopefully not be drinking this coffee next episode. Anyway, see you later. Bye!